Hi, Generals. Welcome back from a 3-day weekend. This week, we're going to concentrate on writing, which is one of the pieces for the English 10 and English 11 EOY. Today, we're going to talk about how to write a great lead. Creating great leads is brought to us, or has been adapted from S. Wallow on Smart Exchange. We're going to read real examples from real authors and then decide what strategy they use to grab the reader's attention. Let's get started. Leads is basically when authors use a variety of strategies to grab our attention as readers. Here's a few of the different categories they could fall in. The first is they use dialogue, which is basically people talking. Another one they use is describing the setting, where you basically are getting a picture of what's happening. The third one is setting a mood, meaning putting you in a certain emotional state or setting a tone. Another is using action, where basically they're describing a lot of things that's happening. They also could pose a question, and they can give interesting facts or have one of the characters use internal dialogue, which internal dialogue just means that the character is talking in their mind. Now, sometimes they use any combination of these things to help grab our attention. Again, you can go to the notebook file if you have it and basically read the passages and then see how many of them it fits. There really is more than one answer many of the times. You can also come back and follow along with me on the video. Again, pause it right now and write down all of these different strategies that a author can use. Unpause the video when you're done. Okay, here's our first one. Ralph S. Mouse by Beverly Cleary. Go ahead and read the passage as a group and then decide which of the 7, and again, it could be more than one, that you believe describes the way the author grabbed our attention. Unpause the video when you are done. Okay. More than likely, you said describing the setting, because again, they told a lot of details about what's happening in the place. But they also set a certain mood or a tone for the story. Basically, we kind of have an idea of the scenery, but at the same time, what mood we should be placed in. Like the way we get into a certain mood when we watch a comedy or a drama. Again, let's try it again. And you don't have to watch the video. You can just follow the notebook file where you read and then see the answer next. Okay, here's our next story. Again, pause it until everyone has read it and wrote down or checked which of the 7 they believe fits the author's way of grabbing the attention. Unpause when you are done. Again, this one really described the setting, but meaning summertime, what happened, but it also gave us a little bit of a tone as well. Again, read this one and unpause the video to see the answer. This one gave us some really interesting facts about witches. And you could have selected possibly setting a mood or tone. A lot of times the author does this, but this one's not as clearly. It was really giving us some serious information about fairy tales and real witches. Again, read this one and unpause the video when you are done. Again, this one was a huge one. I mean, it was a person actually talking, but also they posed a question. Again, unpause the video after you're done reading. Again, he was talking to himself, so that is heavily using internal dialogue. They did describe the setting because it was a swamp, but not in vivid detail. But you could have said that too. Again, unpause the video when you're done. This one had a lot, but mostly giving interesting facts. But they did say, the setting, the time, and it did sort of set the mood when they gave that setting. Again, pause the video when you are done. Okay, this one definitely had a person talking, so that's using dialogue. But it helped to set a tone. And they used a little bit of action as far as saying that the bat carried the person and clutched to her chest. That's some action information. Not a lot. Hugely dialogue here. Again, unpause the video when you were done. Yeah, I mean, this was clearly action. It told us step by step what's happening. So it gave us some action information. Okay, now it's your turn. Write your own intro lead. Use any or one of the following formats. Pick a few people from the class to share and see if you can pick out what the person used. Did they use dialogue? Did they describe the setting? Or did they give interesting facts? Again, you only need a paragraph to do an intro lead. Talk to you again tomorrow, Generals.